So, you know how lately I've been having like, well, in general, I have these like big phobias and stuff.
Okay.
Lately, it's been getting so bad.
Okay. Why? What do you think's
Just
the
like
cataclysm on it?
I keep like it keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and like I keep seeing these like clowns and these holes and this all of this, and it's almost like somebody's doing this to me on purpose. And like I know that I sound crazy, but I promise you, I'm not crazy.
Okay, and what
You
does
believe me?
what does the inauguration of Trump have to do with this?
Oh boy, how much time do you have?
Well, after the podcast,
Okay, we're gonna
maybe.
talk about. Should we start the podcast?
Hi,
So, you know how they say that thing?
Selma.
Hmm.
Isn't this getting a bit tired?
But, but
What did I say though? I meant, aren't you getting tired?
yes,
Aren't you tired?
a bit. But hey,
Okay.
you gotta
What
do
did
it.
I say?
They said that thing of like when you step on a crack, you break your mom's back.
Okay, okay. I'm tired too. But I would also say that the people, the things, the places, the nouns that we talk about are so mother that we are skipping those
So we need to
cracks.
talk about them now.
A noun.
You said
Talk about a noun. Come
talk
on.
about a noun.
Talk
Come
about a
on.
noun.
What noun?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I stole that joke from a drag queen
Okay.
where she was playing Ariana Grande in Snatch Game, and she went like, "Well, was it a thing of Ariana Grande said that she hates America, and then she had to double down and say that she loves America or something?"
Yeah, she licked a donut and then said, "I hate America." Yeah, that's what she did. She's at a store, licked a donut, and as she's licking the donut, said, "I hate America."
So that drag queen licked a donut.
Hmm.
I drew a donut. I love America. And then RuPaul went like, "What's your favorite thing about America?" The people, the places, the things, nouns.
Well,
How's your week been, girly girl?
my week has been, I'm looking for a new job.
You made a big decision this
Yes.
week. No, you didn't get fired.
No, I didn't get fired, but my boss is being a bit of
Continue.
yeah, loosey goosey and, doing his big one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit and wait for
Yeah.
him to just be like, clean your desk. You're fired. So,
And then you have like a cardboard box with like a little plushie of
yes,
our dog, pictures of your friends and family, and a dead flower.
that flower. And I'm just walking
And
outside.
then you fall, and then your breasts fall
Yeah.
off.
So yeah, I'm browsing. I'm not like actively being like, here's my resume, but I'm gonna see what's out there.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not like the ideal situation. It was fine for like up until now, but I'm like, I don't wanna like there. I don't have morning or the night like I have nothing like no part of the day
Yeah,
free.
is
You
yours.
know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you'll find a way better job than this. The friend of mine sent me like that thing where we can look for your
Yeah.
my job and shit like that. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. On the other hand, I've had a very stressful week.
Hmm.
The trailer of Batman Cape Crusader came out.
Yeah. Oh my
Eh,
God, I'm so sorry. So sorry that I talked. You should have went first. So
Um,
selfish.
so I know, I know.
Mhm.
I mean, I asked you,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's get the less important stuff out of the way first.
Yes.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm nervous.
Hmm.
Um, the producer of the Batman cartoons has done a few not so good things recently.
Hmm.
He made Batman and Harley Quinn, which is a movie that sucked. So I'm really
Okay.
like, you saw the trailer this morning.
Yeah,
You were blown away.
yeah.
You cried.
I cried. There was a 3 minute standing ovation.
Um, but no, I'm very I'm very nervous about that. And what's up in your life? I just told you.
What's up in there? Um, I don't know. What else happened this week?
I've just had a very productive work week. Like I worked well. And yeah, no, I feel confident about the way I am. I've had this week has been a lot for me sexually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I've
Want to talk about the guy? creepy guy, the awful guy.
Oh, I will not talk about
Okay,
that guy.
fair enough.
I've had an interaction on Grindr with a dude who is into some stuff that shouldn't be mentioned ever.
Sicko fetishes.
Yes.
Not child related, but still
But still,
almost as sick.
adjacent.
Yeah.
And I just reported him and blocked him, and
Yeah.
then like, which by the way, he is. I'm gonna say this. He is. So it's something like illegal and bad. So I just reported and blocked him.
Mhm.
He is 20 years old, and he's pretty. I'm gonna say it, like
Yeah.
he's not a
Yeah.
weirdo who could never get anything.
Yeah, you don't see him in like a mom's basement fat.
Yeah,
bald.
he's not the
Yeah.
guy from the movie we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like the most normal, cute guy, which
Yeah.
is also why like I started a conversation with him because I was like, oh, he's attractive.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden to spring something that horrendous on me. So I just blocked and reported him. He texts me to yesterday
Mhm.
and goes like, yeah, my profile was deleted. And I was like, yes, I reported and
Oh,
blocked you. Please get help. And then I did the same
Yeah.
again. It's whew. Anyways,
Boy.
another dude on Grindr texted me and he says like, I saw you on the street today. And I was like, oh really? Like who? And he went like, yeah, I was that guy with the 3 kids.
It's sad, really.
Because if we trust his story,
Yeah.
his wife knows.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like,
it's coming from a place of they're just that open and like
yeah. And she was just like, you need to do this. Let's just not talk about it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm an okay way, not me being like, oh my God,
I want to pretend like it's not
yeah,
happening.
No, that's, So I decided to believe him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because he texted me at like 9.
Mhm.
You finish work at 9:30.
Yes.
You come home at 9:45. So I was just like, hey, we have 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he needed 15 minutes to
Make up his mind.
make up his mind, see the storyline, and he was like, so what are we gonna do? And I was like, I told you 15 minutes ago.
Yes.
I will be at this location in 3 minutes. I will walk to my house.
Come and go.
Come, go.
Come, go.
Cotton Eye joke. And my favorite part was when we were doing it, he was like, what will you say to your roommate if she gets home early? And I was like, that we're having sex. And he was so like, okay.
So funny, like he asked you if I knew that you're gay or whatever. And like just imagining him walking into this apartment and asking you that is really funny to me.
This apartment has like Lego flowers,
Go flowers.
pictures of the
poster.
both of us on the toilets,
Yes.
a huge Barbie poster.
And across from the Barbie poster, a half naked picture of Madonna
Yes.
framed.
Pink like
Curtains.
curtains. Yes. Another Lego thing, like Lego flower thing stuck
Yeah.
on the wall. A projector that was at the moment playing lesbian porn.
Yeah.
And I went like, oh, I paused it for her.
Yeah. She likes to do this when she comes home.
Yeah.
Stressful day, she needs to rewind.
Unwind.
Unwind.
She needs to rewind. Rewind. Helpless. Skylar, yeah. Drowning in it. Rewind. After I showed you something beautiful yesterday, something amazing, something that we're going to talk about, something that's the mother of the week.
Yes.
I mean, I was like,
To be fair, it was your idea.
I was about to say it, like,
Yes.
but your original idea was we have to watch the season, and I was like, okay. And I was in the mindset where I could watch American Horror Story: The
Mhm.
Cult.
Yes.
I could. I started. I was like, haha, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I just watched something so like peak of cinema.
Mhm.
I genuinely have not seen a movie that good in like years.
Yeah.
And then I had to follow it up with the
The-
Zodiac Killer being a bunch of man-hating women,
Mm-hmm.
led by Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham
She stepped out of her comfort zone with that one.
to play a man-hating
Man-hating woman. I don't know how she did it. She's a true genius.
Meryl Streep of our time.
No, but it was so funny because like just seeing you painful, and I don't care. I'm just covering your pillow with your face with the pillow and taking it off. You just being like, it's good. It's don't watch. It's gonna get. It's fine.
And it got worse.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
We'll continue.
I don't know how it can. it dug a hole to the core of the earth and it keeps going, and I don't know
Mhm.
how.
No, it's like American Horror Story as a franchise is not good.
Yeah.
Very camp, but like sometimes he tries too hard to a point where it's not even camp, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
And
No, I
then
like
there's
the
Cult. Like,
I enjoyed the witch season and
yeah.
the circus season being like, okay, this is just dumb
Yeah,
and
and it's fun
fun
and it's
and
colorful and like
whatever,
yeah.
and I was half watching it, with
Yeah.
half a brain on. I watched Murder House the first season. I had a bit of a cold when I started that movie. I finished the show in the ER. I got
Almost
more.
died.
I'm not being. I mean, I'm being hilarious, yes, but like I am not being making a joke here when I say that I got physically more
Ill.
sick, and I was taking pills. I was
Yeah.
doing like I was trying to get better,
Nope.
but I was just getting more and more sick as
Mhm.
that first season was going. The
Yes.
writing is so bad. If I could ever see Ryan Murphy, I would give him the swiftest kick in the nuts.
The nards.
In the nards.
Gonad. But that man has gotta be rolling in money.
That's the problem.
Take any show in the world, like he had something to do with it.
Absolutely.
Glee, American Horror Story, American Horror Stories,
American Crime Story, American Love Story,
Yes.
American Sports Story. Do you know that they're making all of those now?
No, they're not. He's
That's-
making it.
That's actually a thing. Because Trixie and Katya once talked, and I thought Katya was making a joke of like
Yes.
what they're all gonna make. I googled it. They're all in production.
Oh fuck me.
So
So what? It's what?
so it's
I'm so happy he let Sarah Paulson go. He made the Dahmer one. Like she just everything, and everything's wrong.
Yeah.
All of that is bad.
He made American Crime Story, American Love Story, I think is one that's gonna come out, and American Sports Story because Katya said that's funny because ASS.
What's that gonna be though?
American Sports Story, Blindside. It's
Story.
gonna be the movie Blindside.
Well, you're gonna care about the 1994 like Bulls won the championship. Like
She's gonna make a league of their own.
if it's that, then I'm watching. Yes.
Sarah Paulson as Gina Davis,
Yes.
and it's Gina Davis as Madonna. And it's Madonna as all of the old ladies at the end of the movie. The joke that Amela sent you yesterday, like a 40-year-old.
Oh, a 500-year-old skeleton was found wearing fishnets, and somebody replied, "Her name is Madonna. Show some respect." It's not funny.
It's not funny. What's a meme you like this week?
Meme I like this week.
You know what's mine?
Hmm.
So we moved to LA. My uncle Joe, he's a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. Now our mom expects us all to Jehovah. My dad does meth. My mom thinks she's teasing her hair with vodka, and we highly dysfunctional family. We still make pasta on the weekends, and the meatballs they wound up being burned.
Mine is
You gotta
Give
the
it that.
sweetest woman.
The sweetest woman in the world. Her face looks like she loves to pick flowers in the weekend, and she just go, "You gotta give it that."
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, it's like somebody asked the question of like what does a guy like in bed? You gotta give him that hook too.
Oh, I love her to death.
Oh my god, I think we as a world united, like women haters, women lovers, homophobes, racists, gays, people of color, we all united
Praising them.
and a loving appreciation of that
Yes.
meme.
She's like the Betty White of this generation.
Absolutely. Welcome home, Betty White. No, I watched a lot more Golden Girls recently. That movie,
True.
that show is hilarious. It's laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, like laugh out loud when you're watching it alone. Laugh out loud. You know.
Watching it alone, I go like ha ha, like
Fully.
audible laughing at that show. It's so well written. It's so Oh my
And it's
god.
also 10 times funnier because they're all old ladies. Like,
Yeah.
give me that and have it like be like 20-year-olds. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one is a whore, whatever. But then you see Blanche and like, oh my god, you're 100.
And then her going like, and I'm 40.
When, like, in the, I think it was the third episode of the first season or something, but
Okay.
Blanche, when she got the, like, a trainer guy who
Okay.
he was like, oh, we should go out. And he's like 20. And then she's talking to Dorothy and she's being like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I might be slightly older than Derek.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly older. No, she said something like 5 or 6 years older than. And then Dorothy goes, "In what, Blanche? Dog years?" And it's I love it.
The joke that I loved is some like communist hoe came to them, and then Dorothy was like, "You should read two books. One is Common Sense. It will give you a good idea of the freedom of America. The other is Farrah Fawcett's autobiography. Why that one? It's just a hell of a book." Oh, yeah, it's a great show. I've been getting into anime, which is also a thing that we're going to talk about on this episode, but I'm doing a Satoshi Kon marathon. Hint, hint, what the movie's gonna be. I'm rewatching Cowboy Bebop, which is a show that I'm gonna force you to watch. That one we'll watch on English.
Okay.
It's fine. I love the English dub, and I found like the subtitles match
Yeah.
the. It's not what I hate about watching anime dubbed. Sometimes they dub it bad, so I just watch it in German or
Mm.
Japanese. But sometimes the only subtitles that they have is translated from Japanese.
Yeah.
So they are saying something, and the translation is like similar but not the same, and it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I've downloaded Trigun, I've downloaded Neon Genesis Evangelion, I downloaded Cowboy Bebop, of course, so I'm gonna watch a lot of anime and I'm gonna be insufferable.
Yes.
I finished them. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna. I told you we're watching the 3 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. If you love it, we'll sometimes catch an episode
Yeah.
like we're doing with American Horror Story. If you don't, I'll just watch it by myself. It's fine. But like I told you, you gotta watch the 3 episodes because the
Okay.
first episode is great, like introduction. You get what it's about.
Yeah.
The second one, we meet your favorite character, the dog. The third one, we meet your second favorite character, the shopaholic woman.
Yes. Love a shopaholic woman.
She's the best. And I don't know. It's just been a heck of a week,
Yeah.
honestly. I've rediscovered a new lease of life.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm playing like story-based video games again. I'm reading more. I'm experiencing because recently I've experienced a lot of like art where I'm just like I love Bob's Burgers, but that's usually a show in the background for me. And
Yeah.
even when I'm fully watching it, it's not. I've missed following a narrative
Mm-hmm.
that is like makes your brain go a little.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want like modern day media. There's a lot of good very, very good, entertaining stuff.
Yeah.
Like Bob's Burgers is never bad. It's never offensive. It always gives good messaging.
Yeah.
But it's I'm not.
Your brain is not being like, ooh,
Ooh,
yeah,
what will happen
I'm
next?
active. I'm up.
I'm acting. I'm acting.
Acting.
I'm acting. Um.
We're gonna put this to charge.
Oh well, while you're doing it, bring me a energy drink. It's a what has John been doing over the week power hour anyways. But I finished all my Batman comics, and that was hard to finish. Not hard to finish in a way where it's like it was a hard read. It was just I don't want to ever end watching Batman comics. I mean, reading Batman comics. I finished with Catwoman: The Lonely City, and that's one that you might actually even like because it's about like Catwoman after Batman dies, and she's been arrested for his murder even though she didn't.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good one because it's her facing like his death, and she's trying to get back into the Batcave to find a thing called Orpheus.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orpheus is actually like something that like Batman made that brings people like makes people healthy again, but
Yeah.
only for a little short while.
Mhm.
So she notices, so she has this revelation of like, oh, you just wanted me to bring you back to life, or you just wanted like those to fight a bit longer.
Yeah.
You had this like it was never about me.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
just about continuing on. And it's, oh my God. So good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
So I've watched a lot of shit where I just call 10 people and I go like, I just so good. It's so good.
It's so good. Story
Uh,
about friendship.
what have you been up to this week other
What
than
have I been up to? Nothing.
working? Genuinely working.
Just working. I hate that that's my life, but that's my life. And it's like, do it. And, what did I do?
You had a
Even the
realization about
weekends.
the way you talk.
Yes, I realize I cannot have fun unless I'm talking in brain rot.
Yeah.
I can't have a genuine conversation with someone unless I'm referencing like like a 10-year-old video of Trisha Paytas. I don't care about it. I don't get to
And I
talk to
made
you.
the best example where I was like, my mom died. And then he goes, "Aw,
Aw.
aw." Anyways,
Yeah.
at least you're not doing it in modern Stan Twitter language, because I've hooked up with a man that did that.
Yeah, just
And
being like, slay.
slay,
Oh my god, work.
work. And
Yeah.
I'm like, we're having sex. Please. Turn off the Troye Sivan. Turn off the Disturbia by Rihanna, even though it did go well with the vibe to
Yes.
some point. So he said, "You all right, love?" And he felt my erection go away in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that that was a sobering moment for him.
Yeah, to look in the mirror and say,
But
you
I
know
know
what?
that it isn't.
Why would it be?
Yeah. No, he had a boyfriend, and he he was like, "Oh, we should like you, me, and him should have a threesome," but like I gotta tell so. I was already like, it's a bit cheaty.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, but I can't send you nudes yet," and shit like that. And then like 20 minutes later, he sent me nudes. And so I was like, "Okay, you cheat. I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
And then later he was like, "Well, like a few days later, I go like, oh, what? Oh no, did you ever talk to your boyfriend about that?" And he was like, "No, I changed my mind," which is valid. Somebody saying which is valid to something that, do you think that I'm stupid?
Yeah. But
Like
to be like, no, but that's the thing. He's not lying to you. He
you
thinks it's valid.
yeah, but
You
no,
know?
first of all, you cheated.
Yeah. And being like, but no, I stopped.
Yeah, I stopped now, and I changed my mind about
Yeah.
like us three having a threesome, and then being like, which is valid in case you don't know what consent is, in case you don't know what
Yeah.
normal human communication
Yeah.
is, that is valid. And I blocked him because I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to this
Yeah.
person anymore. I go to Sarajevo, he texts me on Grindr, and he go like, "Hey King," what?
Oh God, die.
Go like, "Aren't you in a relationship?" And he goes like, "Well, we broke up, Floptina Aguilera." That's how he would talk.
Oh God.
Genuinely, I'm not making this up.
Kill yourself.
And then he goes like, "King, why are you not on Instagram?" And then I blocked him.
Yeah.
I just hate like, oh, I'm smarter than
Yeah.
for some reason that like which is valid, because it would have been like, okay, you made your decision, maybe you
Yeah.
felt guilty about it. Okay, I can move on from
Yeah.
this. This is, I'm
It's
not
fine.
I'm not angry that this is not going to be a threesome.
Yeah.
I'm just and
Just
then
asking.
yeah, I'm just asking, and that which is valid,
Yeah.
sis. Your feelings are valid.
Yeah, every right to say no.
Which, okay, being a supportive somebody and being like, I also hate like modern day talk. I don't know. Tell me you're sad about something.
I'm sad about my mom.
It's okay that you're sharing those thoughts, and it's okay to have those feelings, and I'm here for you, and I will listen to you no matter what. And whatever you want to say to me, you can say to me right now, and I'm just with you, and I understand what you're going through, and your feelings are okay.
Yeah, and then I go to say something like, and then she went and
But
oh my
actually,
God.
like, yeah, like it's so valid to feel that way, and it's so.
But she makes me so mad.
Oh,
And
she
I'm
makes
just so like I can't deal with it anymore.
Oh,
You
she
know what
makes
I
you so
mean?
mad. I understand that. I understand that fully. It's like the other day I was walking and I heard a cricket in the bush, and I was just like I was so mad,
It's so
and
bad.
it's like I get you. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
understand you. I share a part of your story.
Mhm.
It's like I wouldn't say that we have the same experiences. Maybe mine is a bit worse, but it's just I hear you and I'm with you and I understand you, and also I think you should kill your mother. it's this point of like everybody knows the formula, nobody's using it.
That's the thing, and everybody's doing the same. There's like a fucking bullet point of
Yeah.
say these words.
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, he's such a gaslighter. Why? You know what I mean? Like random shit, like
punched me in the face.
face
Oh
gaslighting.
my god, he gaslit you so hard.
Did he tell you afterward that he didn't punch you in the face? No. And he's not gaslighting you. He's hitting you.
Did he turn on a lamp that's powered by gas?
No. uh,
It's I don't know. People just
there's no like genuine like, hey, and like this and this and that happened where I can just say it without people having to be like, oh my god. It's either people being like,
thinking
do whatever you want. Like, I don't know what to tell you, or people being like, well, you're doing is wrong. Here's what you should do, and da and like da.
For me, everything today is amateur psychoanalytical. For people, like people think that they're the smartest people ever.
Yeah. Here's a solution to this.
Yeah, here's a solution to this, and I heard this in a podcast
Yeah.
about two Native Americans talking in their native language. I didn't understand a thing, but I understood everything.
I felt it. I felt it. Actually, my great grandmother is part Cherokee.
So you know
which is funny because mine is my grandfather.
what are they?
I don't know. I forgot the name, so I don't want to say it because I'm like. But it's Native American, like because my mom's last name is actually like Churt, and then just added the Ovich, Churtovich.
Churtovich.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
funny.
it was like Sahurata Churt,
Yeah, Churt.
and that's why
fine,
she's very like.
in America that's a commonplace thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you're part something.
Yeah, no
because your great ancestors raped somebody.
Yeah.
Of that tribe. That's normal.
Yeah.
But here it's a very like
Yeah.
wow,
Like, who?
like,
Yeah.
how did that happen? In
Yeah.
Bedfuck Nowhere, Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she's very like tanned, and everyone thinks she's just Romani.
funny. Amra's mom, she finally broke up with the guy that she's been seeing, and we all hate him. And then Amra, he was like, talk to me or I'll make your life a living hell, something like that. And then Amra
see you
took the
try.
phone. Amra took the phone.
But it's funny because she's so tiny and like,
you're explaining her in a very cute way. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you an accurate presentation of Amra.
uh-huh.
So, the murdered toy doll Chucky.
Yes. Yes.
With like, and when she does that, she has
Also has orange hair.
it's a bob,
Perfect.
She smokes.
Yeah.
And then she goes like, "What the fuck are you saying?" And she goes at him. And he shuts the fuck up because he's like, I can tell like
I can manipulate your mom, but like, what am I gonna do with you?
Yeah.
Love.
And then at the end, she's like, "You fucking gypsy," because that's like a normal insult here. It's problematic, but
it's it's like saying what would be like a.
You fully say the N word.
That's the thing. It's not as intense. It's like
it's not as intense.
Like it would be like saying you fucking cracker. Like you can say it to someone. It's still offensive, but being like, yeah. Because here it's just like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. No, here it's you can say it to a gypsy, and they would like.
Yeah. And what? What about it?
No, and then she says that, and he goes like, "You take that back," because that's the only thing he was offended by. Because people think that he has Romani blood. Let me tell you one thing.
Let me tell you.
If I had Romani blood,
on my forehead, I would write it. I'm telling you, like the way I would dress.
1% Romani.
I'd be like, like, put me in the skirt. Let me shake it. Like, let me go.
Let me have a wedding that lasts 7 days.
Yes. God, it would love it.
Let me have a different car every day.
Yeah.
Let me be unabashedly myself
Mm-hmm.
and be in a happier state than everybody else.
Than anybody has ever been, genuinely, and like to see like
their women are being cheated on.
Yeah,
and they're like, we don't care.
We don't give a shit.
We cheat too.
Everyone is with everyone. They have the most beautiful community, and this is just the case when it's here. But it's like
nobody's like they're not
Yeah.
fighting it. No,
Yeah, they have each other's back, but they will fight each other too.
yeah, they
But like if
but no, the husbands aren't hitting their women.
yeah, no, it's just like no.
Yeah.
They're hitting them. So many just like plug you, like fucking hit you with a stick. Where are you going? Sit back now.
No, it's this community that really is. It's strong in Bosnia.
Yeah.
So there's that traditional joke of like Europeans being like, "Oh, America is so racist."
And then us
When they see Romani people, it's like,
Mm.
okay.
No, but I would love it. I would love every second of it. I'm a gypsy.
Are you coming
Come
with
with
me?
me.
I might steal your clothes
And
and
wear
wear
them
them
if
if they
they
fit
fit
me.
me.
No, because I have such a deep respect for them
Yeah.
because they know they're an ostracized community in this town. They
Yeah.
do not give a shit.
Not a single fuck. And it's like they'll come up to you, talk to you and shit, and be like, "I know that there's a chance that you might hate me,
That you might hate me,
but I won't.
because I'm Romani.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I'll
give a
never
shit.
hate you.
I don't give a
You
shit.
know." And I love it.
You can look at them like sideways, like what the
Yeah.
fuck is that? They look at you back. They don't give a
Like,
shit.
"Ugh."
They're just they're gonna be. I don't care. I'm
There's
gonna.
one kid that I
Well, of course,
came
there's the
in
big issue of like kids and people being born
using them to like beg for money and
just for
stuff.
begging, and that's like a different.
Yeah, that's
thing.
but there was a kid who came into a coffee place once, and he came up, or it was I don't know, but the kid came up and he just walked in and was like, "Buy me juice!" And he just kept screaming at me to buy him juice, and I couldn't stop laughing because it's just him. Buy me juice, and then he starts hitting me, but he's 3, so then it's just like, "Buy me juice!" I bought him juice. It's the cutest thing in the world. I have a video somewhere of it. This is the
So yeah, no, the big problems with us and like why there's a bad stigma about Romani people is, and it's usually white people who use those people. And
Yeah.
like, there's the like
It's always
everybody,
the white man.
yeah, everybody says like, oh, we see them like take them out of the van
Yeah.
and collect them at night and shit like that. There's that one grandma that puts a pillow in her stomach to seem pregnant, and then when it's winter, she takes off her shoes
Mm,
to beg better.
yeah.
And
I mean,
Amra's
commitment.
brother,
Yeah.
he always says like, but she always has money for a taxi.
Always
He
has money.
was a taxi driver,
Love.
and like at night when the fares are
Yeah.
more
man.
expensive.
Well,
Well, anyways,
it's a very like I don't know. Explaining the culture here to people sounds really bad, but it's very calm.
yeah,
Like
it's-
everyone has an understanding of what's going on, and like not really anyone has the need to change it.
yeah.
You know, because it's like we've all adapted to it, and it's fun for a lot. You know, fun for
Yeah.
people.
I mean, we should crash the system and we can like make
Sure.
change
But like,
for with more understanding and more patience. But at least we're not killing each other.
yeah, that's the thing. We might like look at it. Like I've had so many people just spit on me. Okay, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
I mean, I've had fights.
Yeah, I haven't. I've never had a fist fight, and I feel like
I've had a
I'm
fist fight.
past the point in my life where it's where it's cute to do it.
Cute to have a fist fight.
Yeah.
I've had fist fights. I've won some fist fights. I've lost some fist fights. I've had a man trip me over in a toilet,
Oh yeah.
then hit my head against the toilet bowl.
Mhm.
To this day, the only thing I'm mad at it is that he didn't do like something across my eyebrow.
That scar.
Yeah, because I have a scar that goes like on the line of my eyebrow. So like you really have to stare at it to see it.
Yeah.
It would have been so cool if it was just a slit
Yeah.
across the eyebrow. Oh my god, at that point I wish they saved me a bit later to have like a full face line.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a dick though.
and then I tattoo a tear. Why did you tattoo a tear? I don't know, it's cunt.
It's kind of like cool, right?
Yeah. Anyways, I forced you to watch something in a foreign language this week.
Which, if you know me, I am like there is a very good show that's a lot like Orange is the New Black that's in Spanish.
Mhm.
I love Orange is the New
Hola,
Black.
orango des la new culo.
Exactly. The new and I
Culo
started.
means ass.
I started watching it, got to half an episode, and
Yeah, you can.
I can't. It's very like visual and audible. I have to be
So I
present.
made you watch an anime movie in Japanese because the subtitle thing happened, and I was really like, please
Yeah.
do this for me because I know you will enjoy the movie, but I'm like trying to enjoy it like
Yeah.
this. How'd you like the movie?
I love the movie, and
It's
I was very much at the edge of my seat the whole time.
I was the movie is I said this 30 times just to you yesterday.
Yes.
Imagine the people I called before I picked you up at work. It's an hour and 20 minutes of butthole clenching.
Yes. Just asshole.
It's the biggest exercise you'll ever do. I feel 3 pounds lighter
Yeah.
after that movie.
So like a virgin again.
Yeah, it's so this week's topic is it about motherhood?
No,
Not a single mother.
not a single mother in that movie.
Okay, why is the movie mother?
Why is the movie mother? This is yours.
This
Go
is
on.
not-
I'm asking the question. I will ask the question. We will ask the
This week we're talking about the movie Perfect Blue,
Mhm.
and I don't think I will talk a lot about the plot of Perfect Blue.
Because you can't.
How can
How can anyone?
It's I mean nobody's listening to this fucking podcast. But if you do, I don't want to sit here and be like, so there's this girl and she's like a pop idol, and then she becomes a movie star, and then she goes like crazy, and then she sees herself in the mirror and she's like, oh my god, and then at the end of the movie, oh my god, it's somebody else, and then
There's a stalker dude.
and then a lot of people die,
Oh.
and it's like, oh my god, and
Oh
then
my
she looks in the mirror and goes like, no, I'm the real thing. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about the themes, the messages, and a lot of the things that make this movie great. Because listen,
Okay, what's your favorite visual?
what's my favorite visual? I told you I was 20 minutes into the movie. I was like, okay, which tattoo are we getting?
Yes.
It's this. The movie isn't beautiful. The
Yeah.
movie isn't Ghibli
Yeah.
meadows of,
Yeah.
of
It's
grass,
city.
and
It's rain. It's not.
city. It's a normal city. It's
Yeah.
a normal environment, which is what makes it scarier.
Yeah.
But anytime there's a thing of like, so it's about like this girl is going. It's a lot of things are getting to her because she's becoming a celebrity and she was a pop idol, and that's like for me the main thing of her seeing the reflection of her pop idol
Yeah.
being like, you're not yourself anymore. You're
Yeah.
not this
You're
person.
so bad.
But I told you what I'm getting as a tattoo. It's the last scene of when they're going like, so she's famous now, and she's at a mental institution to visit somebody, and then they go like, oh my god, I can't believe it's her. She must be a lookalike.
Yeah.
And then she looks at the rear view mirror of her car, and she goes like, nope, I'm the real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so any moment where it's like,
Yeah.
she sees herself in the mirror, and I think the first time because it's just her, and then like the fluidity of the movie
Yeah.
is a thing that impressed the both of us.
Yeah.
Like the way she moves her head and then like in another scene moves her head
Yeah.
the same way.
It's very like, oh, you're watching the past. Oh, now you're back in the present. And then
Yeah.
it's like, she'll squat down and be like, okay, now I'm in my room. Like, it's very that.
It's for me, and whenever it happened, you were like, "Come on,
Oh, come on. Fuck you. How many times I've said, I hate this movie. I love the movie. But I get to a place where I'm like, and then the guy's not real. And then I look at you, is he really like, yeah, like, fuck me.
No, what I love is that the movie in many parts makes you think the standard plot twist that you and I will guess.
Yeah.
That are like,
It's
oh my
very-
god, he's not real. And
Yeah, there's a
and then
scene.
the movie goes like, do you think that? No, that was a part of the show.
That's the thing I was about to say. So there was one scene where it's her first in her room. In her room or something. Just something is happening, and then cut to it's just two detectives talking to her, being so like. And then actually two doctors talking to her, and then behind it, it's like a police officer thing being like, and she doesn't know she has like this personality disorder.
She imagined that she was a pop idol.
Yeah, she imagined that she's an actor. She imagined that she killed all these people, and then it's just like, and I'm like, fuck it, I knew it. She's a crazy one, and like she made it all up.
You go like, this is a good ending to this movie.
Yeah,
but still like. Somehow I want more. But
yeah.
Still, if it ended here, it would be good. And then they go like, no.
Cut. Like it's a scene that she's doing in a show.
That she's doing in a show.
I was like, fuck you, people.
It really, for me, that there's that scene where somebody grabs her and she goes back to
Yeah.
grab herself, and then it's her producer like
Mhm.
and then it's just those cuts.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully shot, and
Yeah.
it's funny because there's no camera. It's
It's just yeah. I
it's
have three favorite like
okay moments.
visuals.
Visual, yeah,
I'm really stuck on those because
yeah, because that was a big part of it.
yeah. First, I don't know if like in the grand scheme of things is a big deal, but I really loved it because it was the first one that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Is when she was in her room and they just panned out of the window.
Oh yeah.
And it just was like the building and everything is in darkness except for her room, and you see her like, and it's perfectly squared, like it's so good.
She's so lonely.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the movie, it's kind of a slow burn,
yeah,
but 3 minutes in, you're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
3 minutes in, you're already.
You need
even
to
though,
be
like
like,
not a lot has happened,
yeah.
but just I remember watching this movie being like, okay, I'm ready for this. And then that scene where somebody gives her a letter and saying like, I watch Mima's room.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Yeah.
so like taken aback.
Yeah, no, it was funny because I kept asking you questions like, "And who's this?" And you're like, "I'm not gonna answer any questions because I want you to experience it." And then I see the end where she is doing the concert and she says, "This is gonna be my last song," da da da, and she comes out and there are fans around her and they're all like, "Me, like, don't leave us, don't leave the group, keep singing." And then just some guy being like, "I've seen her room," and I'm like. Did he just say, okay? Like, I'm not gonna ask anything, and then just like cut to her online.
You're already confused because that scene is her coming to her like she stopped being a pop idol.
Yeah.
So she's coming to her like average house, but
Mhm.
then she opens the door, cuts to her opening the
Yeah.
door, leaving, and people being like, "Mira,
Yeah.
please don't leave." And then he goes like, "I see you."
Yeah.
And then she turns around.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Did that happen?"
Yeah,
What's
what's the
going
lore?
on here?
And like towards the end, it get like you see her progressively get like crazier and crazier,
Yeah.
and you see it like the scenes where she just wakes up in her bed get more consistent, happens like more often and quicker and like shit.
You know the scene that fucked the both of us up. I'm like, would love to talk about this. The scene that fucked us up. So there's this ongoing thing where there's internet thing of
Yeah.
somebody
Following her,
writing a diary of hers.
yeah,
And I think it was like a normal pop idol thing back in the day to be like, this is me and I'm
yeah.
and
I'm
I'm
doing
being
it's
cute.
Twitter
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. And somebody's cosplaying as her.
Mhm.
And there's this scene where she's going completely off her rocker and she knows that the person is stalking her and they know like what she's doing and shit
Yeah.
like that. And this one scene where she's scrolling through the page and she goes like, what have you been up to?
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes like, oh, I guess I went to the city today.
Oh God, yes. So the whole point is, yeah. So the whole point of the thing is that throughout the whole movie, she has a stalker, and he's following her, and he's writing. So in the beginning of the movie,
he's not writing.
Yeah,
He's emailing
the writers of the
online forum is quote unquote the real pop idol Mima.
Yeah.
And then
they think that she's the one emailing them.
Yeah.
To be like, I did this today.
Yeah.
You know, so they write it down as like an article. But in the beginning of the movie, she's out, she's buying milk.
Yeah.
And then they're like, she bought this milk today. And then in the beginning of the movie, she's like,
and the food for my fish.
Yeah, and she's like, buy that. Hey.
No. That's when it gets scary. Because she goes like, I must have stepped out of the train with the left foot, and she goes like, ha, this person really knows my mannerisms.
Yeah.
And then they go like, I bought this brand of milk. I have to have one extravagant thing today, and of course I bought the food for my fish. And she goes like,
yeah, how did they know?
And she turns around, and that's the scene where out.
But that's the thing, it just keeps going like that of somebody like doing this, and by the end of the movie, it's her having to scroll through that page to remember what happened, what she did that day. So she's doing it as like, well, I guess I went to the store today.
I guess I went shopping today. That's
disgusting.
And both of us just being so like,
what? You know that new sound that's like, I love it. Give me 14, and then it's like, do you know what's in it? I don't care. Give me 14 right now. Sweet.
Okay, 3 visuals.
The first one's the pan out. Second one is when they kill the first guy in the elevator.
Okay.
Because it's so like really set up like basic, like, oh, he's in the garage and he's like, is somebody there? Nobody says anything. And I expected it to be like somebody's gonna run up and like stab him or something. Nothing happens. He gets into an elevator.
The elevator opens and it's a boombox blaring music.
Blaring
It's not,
music.
it's not. It's like when you turn something up so loud that
Mhm.
you hear the boombox
Echoes,
go
yeah.
like yeah, and then he's looking at it. Silence.
Hmm.
Door opening
And it's just him laying there dead.
in the elevator.
But
Not a single like grab from behind.
Nothing.
Not a single like.
yeah, no, no, no. It's just that scene, and then once the elevator gets up to the floor, it just opens, and it's him, like sitting, eyes out of his skull, completely, like, and it's just him sitting, like,
Blood
oh,
everywhere.
blood everywhere. I was so like, geez,
Up
get
until
that
that
tattoo.
point of the,
I would get that tattoo.
it's a whole back tattoo.
Yeah, just
It's
like
bigger than the screen of the movie. It's because up until that point, you kind of think that the movie's gonna be just the spiral into
insanity.
insanity and shit,
Yeah.
and then the first murder happens, and you don't expect anyone
Yeah.
to get murdered.
Yeah.
But this movie has okay, third.
Which one? Wait. I had that. Oh, the third one was when Rumi, yeah, when when she finds out that she's been cosplaying as her like
Yeah.
pop idol like
Yeah,
thing.
that she's writing the messages.
Yeah,
on
she's
it,
the one doing the whole thing
and
behind the
she's
scenes.
being the real Mima,
Nima, yeah,
the pop idol Mima.
yeah, but it shows her as it's hard to explain, but it shows her friend Rumi like when she's looking.
Manager.
Yeah, her manager. When she's looking at her, she sees herself from back in the day. But then when there's a reflection of Rumi in the mirror, you see Rumi.
That whole sequence was so good.
It's so, and when she's running,
She's just skipping. She's
yeah,
floating.
she's like floating in air. That's the way she sees
Mima,
Rumi.
like,
Yeah,
that's running when she sees her in the past. But then you see a reflection, and it's this woman who's been beaten down from being a pop idol because she's quote unquote too ugly
yeah,
to be a pop idol because she can't be a pop idol. There's these expectations to be so beautiful,
yeah.
and she's running and sweating, and she's just.
And it's
But
so
then on the
crazy.
other side, it's just this little girl going,
Yeah,
like, jumping.
oh god, it's really like it freaked me out so much because you see her just floating in air, so beautiful. But the thing is, it's a scene where she's chasing her,
And
like
you're
to kill her.
You're also confused because you're like,
Is she a figment of her imagination? But then she's also real. She's also doing the. It's a whole lot of things, and then it's just a reflection in the mirror of the real her. Is so creepy because it's not made to be scary. It's made to be like I am a desperate woman, and I like
she is ugly.
yeah.
They didn't do like a Star is Born thing where she's like,
Yeah.
my nose is a bit too big.
Like they made her like genuine, like ugly, you know, by all standards. But it's like
look before. And I love that it didn't. She's a bit chubby, but they didn't make her fat.
yeah,
Make her obese. She looks like a normal Asian woman.
yeah,
If she passed you by in the street, you would. Like,
yeah.
okay.
But to like to have that comparison and also she as the real Mima like idolized that person that version of herself so much
Yeah.
because she's so like I've sold out and I need like that's the real me and so she made herself look perfect.
So she's also being she's going into this madness.
Yeah.
She's seeing these two people.
Yeah. Who want her back and she wants her back, but these two people are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, stalker
So
and her
it
manager who
just
wants to be her.
Feeds into her.
Yeah.
Whole thing, and it's.
I don't know, man. It's really
when she
like
takes off her like wig, like
Mhm.
her Mima wig, and she.
Oh yeah.
And she turns into Rumi.
Mm-hmm. And then she puts it back on. She's like, "Hi."
On
The
street,
on the street, yeah.
truck running
Uh-huh.
to stop her. Oh my god!
And then she runs up to like save her.
You were so confused about.
I was so like, let her die.
No, but that's.
I know, but
I was so like, thank God that she's a compassionate woman.
Mhm.
That she understands that this is because
It's a mental breakdown.
it would so be easy to be like, oh, she's a crazy woman with bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
Kill her.
Yeah,
No, she looks and she's like,
I understand this.
I understand that this industry might have fucked you up in a different way than me.
Yeah,
I know what this industry is doing.
yes, yeah,
And I know that you already have mental health issues.
Yeah.
And this is just doing it worse for you.
yeah,
And I want to save you because I feel like, oh my god, I just connected with that because she saved herself there as well.
yes.
She because
She finally like let it
she's
go.
also her.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm taking control. I am Mima, and
Yeah.
I'm saving this part of myself.
Yeah.
But I'm also like growing up. It's
It's
such
so
a good
good.
movie.
It really is so good.
And you know why it's a
What
good.
you know what? I have one question though. What happened to the guy?
To what guy?
Oh yeah, she killed
She
him. She
killed
killed
both of
him.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I love the movie, and I love it because I haven't watched good psychological warfare in a
Yeah.
long time.
Hmm.
Well, we have good media, we have good entertainment nowadays, but it's hard to find something sexually explicit,
Hmm.
mature,
That isn't made just to be sexually explicit.
that isn't. So I always mention Euphoria,
Yeah.
and you're also watching Shameless right now.
Yeah.
Shameless is better than Euphoria because they know what Shameless is.
Yeah. It's very
Shameless,
just like
Shameless doesn't think
it's in the
art.
name.
Shameless,
Shameless is just like, yeah, there's a shitty family.
yeah,
Watch them live.
yeah.
You know?
It doesn't think it's art. It doesn't think
Yeah.
it's a commentary.
Yeah. It's just like
It's the lowest form of
that's the thing.
entertainment.
That's my thing with Shameless. They did it for the first 9 seasons. The ninth one, they fucked up because of the fucking coronavirus. It got too political, and then they had to be like, "I'm a black woman living in this." Shut the
Because
fuck
of
up.
woke.
Because of Vogue. Fuck you, people. Like, let them be what they were. They were perfect. I just like let me watch something fun.
And then Euphoria,
Let me watch something fun. 14 rape scenes, episode 1.
and then there's Euphoria that think, oh, I will show drug abuse and sex
And be deep about it.
and sexual exploitation,
Hmm.
and just showing it means it's deep.
Yeah. For what?
And there's a interesting discussion to be had about Perfect Blue because people have often, and it's completely understandable, and I'm gonna mention this too. It's hard to watch rape scenes with women,
Hmm.
and this movie has a rape scene, but it's a it's weird because she is acting,
Yeah.
and there's a point in the middle of it where they yell cut, and the guy who's playing the assaulter goes like, "Hey,
Yeah.
sorry."
No, they're laying like when it's like the cut and like let's switch out the camera angles and shit, and they're laying, and both of them are fine. She's fine in
Yeah.
that moment, and it's just them like kind of not giggling, but just being like, and then him being sorry, and she's like, no, it's fine. Like
No, this is
you know,
this is our job.
it's a scene, you know, they're
Yeah.
making, but towards the end of it, I love the way they animated it too, because like even in the beginning, like when they were about to shoot it, like the actors who were in it, like the background,
Yeah.
were like they animated them so like beasts, like hungry to like just
Yeah.
tear her apart.
The only nice guy was the one
Who's raping her?
Yeah,
Yeah, who's playing her? And then in the middle, and the like,
because they had the scene of him being a human,
yeah,
going like, "Hey,
yeah, this is
we're acting."
Yeah, we're acting, and I like, I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah.
but it's towards the end of it, where they're filming the end of the rape scene, they start like spinning the camera around, and they're showing the faces of the, I mean, they're acting too, you know.
And she's also, it was great to show her be a good actress,
Yeah,
because in the scene she's playing and she's no, 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 and then she goes like life from her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, and you see it and you're like, oh my god, she's a good actress.
Yeah.
She's a good actress as well.
I feel like towards the end of it, it was real for her.
Okay.
I don't. That's the vibe I got.
I mean, maybe it was like a killing of her innocence.
Yeah, it was very much so just her laying
Because she
there.
felt like she had to do it.
Yeah,
And
because
then
when she got home, it was a scene of her being like, "Of course I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it because I want to be an actress." And
Yeah.
and it's just her like screaming into a pillow after she filmed the scene. But it's like I don't know, just that scene of the camera spinning around at all people, and it's like from her POV, so you just see all the men around you, and like I don't know, I kind of felt like a panicky attack coming from her.
Yeah. No, it's then they yelled cut and she was like, okay,
let's go.
And then the guy was like, I'm gonna treat you to a dinner.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm so lucky.
And I love, because that woman, so her manager who loves her, even though the whole like it's a whole mental thing.
Yeah.
I want to be this pop and shit, but she still loves her and cares for her.
Yeah.
And she sees this happening for her and she cries. And you, dumbass, go like, why is she crying? Did she have a thing happen to her?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I just go like, Selma, empathy.
No, I don't think it was empathy though. It was her being like, you're killing her.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
Looking
Like,
back.
yeah.
Like, in the scene also.
Yeah. Like, no,
it wasn't weird that she cried.
No, but that's the thing. It was weird to me because why would she cry? And I'm like, it's either Like, there is a reason. Towards the end of the movie, you realize she cried because it was like killing of innocence
But-
of this pop idol that
but
she
it-
wants to be.
Yeah, but it's also
But-
like it could be just empathy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Like if
Like,
you're,
there had to be a reason why she's crying. You
I
know?
was just like empathy, you know.
Yeah.
To continue on, so there's sexually explicit scenes. She gets photographed naked.
Mhm. There was one where they're taking pictures of her and she's brushing her teeth. I'm like, is that a vape? Is she vaping?
And I go like, Selma, you dumbass, it's a toothbrush. And so everybody who's sullying her name, quote
Mhm.
unquote, is
Yeah.
getting killed off.
Yeah.
And there is a point to be made of whenever Hollywood wants to make a shocking, disturbing movie, it's always violence against women.
Yeah.
Because violence against men is cool because they persevere and they
Yeah, it's always like,
because they're Rambo and shit like that.
yeah, it's,
And women are poor little creatures.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this movie. The creep guy who keeps stalking her and who's doing the murders, he's not the main antagonist.
mhm.
The main antagonist is another woman
Yeah.
who's also plagued by what womanhood is.
Yes.
And also the movie's animated, so I feel like the sex scenes, like the sexual scenes are
Yeah.
done. If anybody like masturbated to that,
Mhm.
like to the like okay, I don't think anybody would masturbate to like the rape scene.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
understandable. But if
The
anybody
naked
like
pictures and shit.
masturbated to when she was taking the naked pictures, you didn't understand a single second of that movie.
Yeah. Not at all.
It's you. I can't speak of the experience of a straight man, but like you could get an erection, which is I get an erection of the wind blowing. But
Yeah.
I feel like if you fully understand the movie, you would feel guilty about that
Yeah.
erection. You would be like, ooh,
That
like this
shouldn't-
is
Yeah.
she doesn't want this.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the movie does beautifully, because there are movies that are just like women are being assaulted.
Mhm.
Be shocked.
Yeah.
Because she's poor and she can't do shit about
Yeah.
it, and she's so
Weak.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
little angel, Bambi.
The only way to have a man be tortured and for it to be psychological horror is for you to make a case of switching the roles,
Yeah.
like that movie where the male kid molests his father,
Oh yeah.
and it's because that's like, oh, they're switching roles.
Yeah. And now I
It's a
understand.
deeper
Yeah.
message.
Yeah. No, it's so fucked though, because like they had I don't know why I just remember in 13 Reasons Why,
Yeah,
that scene that was cut. It was such a like,
and it was
Holy-
just there.
yeah, and nobody like
It
it was
wasn't a deeper message.
yeah, it
wasn't-
just happened, and the reaction that it got from people, it was so like, we have to cut this, but it was
because
so
it
like,
was just made for the reaction.
yeah, but it's like you've seen this happen
Yeah.
so many times before, but it's and I'm not making it like it's a women's issue and a
Yeah.
male issue, but it's such a like, you don't see this represented as much, so now
Yeah.
you're shocked by it.
Now you're
But
shocked.
when it happens in movies with women, people are just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like, ooh, that's so bad, but
Yeah.
they continue with like nothing.
No, it's
happened.
and then in perfect. That's what I missed. I
Yeah.
missed good media where you can so much. I've seen. We mentioned American Horror Story
Mhm.
season 2.
Oh God. Hmm.
Another moment of just pure sexual assault of a woman just for the sake of shock factor.
Yeah.
And it's these people who think that they're smart enough to
Yeah.
write something like
They're
this.
doing something.
And in comes this Japanese director making his first movie
yeah.
and shows all of you bitches how it's done.
Take notes, Ryan.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't, because your notes would be fuddled.
Yeah.
Your notes would be like rape scene equal good. A lot of mirrors.
A lot of mirrors and have a lot of nobody knows what's going on.
Imagine if you tried to make something like this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, give it your best, but
But I understand what they mean, and what women mean when they say like a lot of the. And Amra said like, this movie is still a good movie. It just reminds her of that, and I'm like, I get that. So if somebody, whoever I recommend this movie to, I'm like, there is this thing. It's done. I would say it's done really
yeah,
tastefully.
and it's done in a way that it doesn't make you as triggered, because it's done in a way of
She's acting.
she's acting and she is complicit in this. In the
Yeah.
acting, she's being like, "Oh, I need to do this scene to showcase this thing."
Yeah.
So, and you see it very calmly going down because the guy was like,
That
"Hey, I'm
scene
sorry." Hey,
is
like,
not the worst part of
yeah,
the movie.
yeah.
I mean, another movie that does it well is Thelma and Louise,
Hmm.
but because it's a short scene and
Yeah.
it's not done to
It's not done
trigger
as a
you.
gory like it's
Yeah,
such a like, and I'm gonna like and then she comes out
yeah,
being
she
like,
comes in.
stop.
Yeah,
It's not, you know.
it isn't done for you to be shocked,
Yeah.
nor is it that
It's done for
explicit.
the plot to be like, well,
And
now we gotta run.
and that's a good director going like, I know when to stop the line.
Yeah.
I know when this is not a story that I'm allowed to tell.
Yeah, and it's not, they had to make something where their behavior would be excused.
Yeah,
So by the end of the movie, you're like, oh, they did what they had to
yeah,
do. And there was no other thing that
yeah.
they could have been like, oh, they shot this person for a good reason.
Meanwhile, in fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer, they accidentally hit a guy, and then they go like, "What if we go to the police? We'll all fry."
Yeah.
So it's I missed watching like something really good where I sit down and you two barely checked your phone the entire movie.
Yeah.
I checked my phone a few times on the second watch because I was just like, I want my heart to relax a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
want to like not
I watched
look.
this the first time like
Yeah.
I checked the movie is an hour and 20 minutes.
Mhm.
I kept checking my watch to be like, am I late for picking you up? Because
Mhm.
so much has happened in my life.
Yeah, I'm
And
an
then
old
to
man now.
realize that 10 minutes passed.
Yeah.
And there's so much. And,
Meanwhile, I have grandkids. Like, it's cool. I gotta pick them up.
oh my God. And
No, it's really. I love a good story. And that's another. Like, I really overplayed when I'm like, I can't watch it. That like, and I'm not a big fan of anime. Like, in a sense that I've never watched anime.
yeah. No,
But
we made the point of like, I suffered a few years of watching anime
mhm,
and
to find good.
to find good anime.
Yeah.
So I can be like, hey, Selma,
Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, thank you. Because you appreciate, like, okay, this is the first time I showed you, like, horror
Mhm.
from Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a horror movie. This is
Yeah.
a psychological movie, but, like, showed you something serious and shit like that. But whenever I show you
That isn't
something,
like cute.
yeah, whenever I show you, like, cute
Yeah.
Japan stuff, that's also, like, well, not cute, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Because cute is, like, often in Japan, it's just like, I'm a girl,
Yeah.
girl and I'm a girly girl, and I'm a girl.
No, wolf children. It was
Yeah.
very like.
Kiki's Delivery Service, too.
Yeah,
You're just watching it and you're like, this is beautiful.
yeah,
And this
and
is
it's a
beautiful
cute story, and it's everything,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's about friendship.
It's about friendship, but I'll love anything with a good storyline.
Yeah.
And you know what I
And
hate
Japanese
though?
people can do that so well.
Yeah, I hate a good story premise done badly because you
Worst.
ruined it for a person who could have done good.
Watch 5 YouTube shorts.
Yeah, and you're like,
And
I
it's
hate.
always like, he has the vision to see when people are getting angry.
Yeah, and then you go to watch the movie, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
That's American Horror Story in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll see like 2 minutes of like a good speech or a good something and be like, oh, and he's good with visuals, like
Mhm.
set design and shit. That's the thing. Everything about that show is good except for Ryan Murphy. Like anything that was
Oh my
another
God.
person's job did perfectly.
If somebody else wrote like, and you know what I wish? You know what American Horror Story would be great with?
Hmm.
If every season, so same cast, same,
Yeah.
but different writers
Yes.
or different directors. That would be great.
Yeah.
Where
That would
it's
be like, give me like he did a like, or even when they do it with horror movies, where like me and Amela went and watched this once. It's the premise is like these people are trapped in a room, and the movie starts off with just like a guy being tortured, and then you cut to
Is it Hostel?
no,
You didn't watch.
it cuts to just like a bunch of people in a room, and there's like a recording of this woman, and she's very like German nun looking,
Okay.
you know, being like and like
She's Julie Andrews movie.
the
Sound of Music. What is it, you cunt face?
So the whole purpose of the movie is for them to make this drug for people that will like heist up your serotonin and shit. They have to have a certain level of like so when people are in pain, it your body produces this substance,
Serotonin
serotonin
instead
shit, and
of
they extract that and they like produce drug of it. So they're like, we'll trap you in a room and then like you have to take turns torturing each other.
oh,
Such a good premise. They did such a horrible job.
I know.
And I'm so like, why? See,
Which
now
is-
I would have made that movie. Like
Yeah.
I could have made it. I could have done a great job. And now I can't because then there's a cease and desist. Like fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's why I love animation does really well,
Yeah.
and then mature animation is now reserved for fun, like so mature animation nowadays is a lot of, and I love Bob's Burgers,
Mhm.
but it's Bob's Burgers, it's
Yeah.
Simpsons, it's Family Guy, it's Rick and Morty. It's like I want to sit back and relax.
Mhm.
I mean, back in the day, mature animation meant this.
Mhm.
Meant something that a child wasn't supposed to see a millisecond of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meant it would be my dad going like, I found us an anime movie, and then 3 minutes later going like, go to your room.
Go to your room. You're not gonna do this. We're not doing this.
It's and so it's for people who haven't seen what animation can do,
Yeah.
seeing something like that is really like a death of innocence.
Mhm.
With like, oh my god, this thing I love, and then it's genuinely one of the most disturbing
Yeah.
stories you've ever seen. Like I couldn't sleep after watching Hereditary and Midsummer, but this impressed me so much more.
Yeah.
I love both Hereditary and
Yeah.
Midsummer, but this movie, it
And there's so much left interpretation too.
3 hours after
Yeah.
the movie, my conversation to you was
Oh
that
my god,
movie,
that movie, but like that movie
but
though.
that movie.
And it's so funny because we were about to talk more about like what's to say. What can
What's
you
to
say?
when like the only reason we can talk about it now is because we have this feeling that we're explaining it to somebody else.
Yeah, so I can be
And
like,
having our commentary about it.
Yeah.
But if it was just the two of us, it would be 30 minutes of girl.
girl. Oh my god,
Girl.
come on.
Girl.
And then
The girl.
no, but it's and I love it because throughout the whole movie you can make little like clues as to what's going on, but then
also some of the clues are total misdirect.
yeah, so you're like, what the and it's like
and then they're like, you got it. No, you
no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. And you
No, you
never
didn't.
feel like you're being cheated.
Yeah,
You feel like you're being as crazy as her.
yeah. But I'm still so hung up on if it's made to be like just this is it, that's the storyline. Great, it's good as that too. But I'm like, is it made to be like let's look at that just from her point of view? And I'm still hung up on like the two of them didn't even exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
hung up on
there
the
are people who have the interpretations of she's not real.
okay.
There's some people who say that the last line is her reassuring herself,
Yeah.
not being like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the real thing.
Yeah,
being
just being like,
yes,
I'm the real
I'm
thing.
real.
Yeah.
I'm the real one here.
Yeah.
Like you can make interpretations that she has healed, that
Mhm.
she still hasn't healed, or that this whole thing.
It's just orchestrated because like the thing is throughout the
But
whole
that would be the most like edgiest teenagey
I
thing.
know,
But it's great because it's not explicitly said.
that's the thing. If it was made for like an edgy teenage thing, that would have had just cut to her in a mental
Yeah,
hospital.
last scene, like, oh, everything's good, and then a post-credit scene.
Yeah, just her like in a mirror, like rocking back and forth.
I'm so pretty. Good coming
Pretty.
from her. And then she picks up her phone and she goes,
Yeah.
Dr. Lecter.
I'm having a friend for dinner.
Dr. Lecter. That's my favorite because you're going like, I love the last line of that movie. And I'm like, oh,
Dr. Lecter? Dr.
Dr. Lecter.
Not the I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Oh.
No, but so what was I gonna say?
The movie doesn't think you're dumb.
Yeah, that too. But it's a thing of so this is my point. Throughout the whole movie, you see that like something will happen in the show that she's in, and then it will happen in real life.
Always connect.
It always connects. The one thing that they didn't do was her in a mental hospital and then being like, oh, she killed all these people.
Yeah.
But they had Rumi in the
Yeah,
mental
in the
hospital being like, she
hospital.
killed all these people. She has a split
Rumi thinks
personality.
she's Mima.
Yeah, she's the
So
one
you
with
can
the
make-
split
so you can
personality.
make the concept of like, oh, Mima, like the pop idol,
Yes.
now is in a mental hospital.
Yes.
But you can also be like, how is it also connected?
Yeah, because she, as the real Mima, is constantly haunted by her past self.
Yeah.
So then if she but then to also have this guy and this girl who's like she wants to be here and this guy wants to like preserve her innocence. He wants her to stay this like icon
And
pop
then
idol.
that guy is also being fed by this internet personality
Yeah,
who is like, I'm the real thing.
yeah, I'm her. And so to just and but for all of that to happen at the same time is so like mind-boggling to me
Yeah.
because it's like she's haunted by her idol self and that she has these two people who are obsessed with her
Yeah.
as that pop idol self.
Yeah.
So then I'm so like what it I don't know.
But my thing is, I think that the web page kickstarted that. Because
For her.
after the web page of seeing this part of herself that she gave up on,
But
that's when
she
she
had that
starts.
from the beginning before she even found out about the web page. Remember when they were like, she has to go into acting now, and it's her agents arguing with the guy from the that makes the show, and it's her just sitting there being like, I like crying over it, and
Yeah.
then coming into the room being like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
but before that, she's being normal about it. She's like, okay, I'm doing this big jump. I'm nervous. I'm this. After that web page, she has the first moment of seeing her reflection and it being a pop idol.
Yeah. But that was before she got no. Wait, she had her.
We'll watch that movie right
We'll
now.
watch it right now. Because even before she saw it, I mean, of course, it all enhanced
You know
it.
what I
You
love
know?
about this movie? I know you'll force somebody else to watch.
Yeah. Just be like, was I right? Was I right?
Was I right or was I right? I'll put it on this laptop like with the English version.
Yeah.
For somebody
Okay.
to watch it.
But
Don't show
it's
it to Elmo. He'll ruin it.
yeah, he'll just be like, oh, I don't get it. Stupid. Okay, I don't. I mean, I get it, but like, I don't like anime.
Yeah. No, like I get it's interesting.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
It's interesting.
I hate.
You can't say that he didn't understand something. He's just
It's like,
"Oh,
no,
it's
I just
interesting."
don't like it.
You know, it's
No,
like
what do you think? I'm stupid? Whenever I'm like, no, but this is what that's about. Like, no, I know.
Yeah, I know. It's like about it's he's Linda going like
Or
there's that one where she like it, no when Tina is none of your business
uh-huh.
and she goes like yeah no I get it she's a cranky nut.
Not yeah.
Then
What's with the
when
briefcase?
she's cranky
Get it?
get it. But no, I miss movies thinking you're smart.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned it when we were watching the movie, the scene in the hit worst movie of all time, Joker.
Mm-hmm.
There's when the woman in the end is not real,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have scenes.
Yeah, to be like, and then this.
He's alone in the car.
Mhm.
He's I think there were one moment away from having him sit with her and then
Yeah.
she vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
Like ooh, and then on the screen saying like she is not
Real.
real.
Yeah.
You know this movie and it's it first of all it's thinking you're smart going like see that's like that Mima is roomy but they
Yeah.
didn't have scenes of her, like Mima looking at nobody
Yeah.
or Mima seeing
Yeah.
no it was just like that and then that also opens up doors for different interpretations which is something great in
Yeah.
literature and
And
media.
so not in your face about it either. Not being like, and it could be this, but
And
maybe
an
it's that.
hour and 20
Yeah.
minutes. I hate movies because it's. I mean, this is the way it should be. It's condensed to this
Yeah.
hour and 20 minutes, and I told this to Rehana once. I don't want my life to change in 2 hours.
Yeah. And here we are.
And here we are. No, because whenever I watch a movie, I will not shut up for a week about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm so like the whole week. I'm gonna go to my job on Monday.
Be like,
People
guys,
are gonna call me, and I'm gonna okay. After I repair your laptop,
here's what you're gonna do on that laptop.
so
You're gonna open it up.
I'm going to send you an email with a file in it. Open that file. Watch this movie.
Then call me back.
Listen to my podcast about it, and then tell me what you think.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a movie. Like I wish the Blu-ray had like 60 commentaries.
Yeah. Director's
Just
cut.
random
Yeah.
people. So yeah, I don't think we can talk about this movie anymore. I mean, I
Yeah.
could talk 6 more hours
Yes.
about this movie, but we gotta stop. You have your mother of the week. Who's
I
mother
do
of the
for the
week?
first time ever. I've had it ready. My mother of the week is Miss Brooke Schofield. Okay.
Is she the one with the podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Brooke Schofield has a podcast with Tana Mojo called Cancelled.
Do I know Tana
Do
Mojo?
you know Tana Mojo?
Tana Mongoose?
Yeah, I know Tana Mojo. She also told this story on Cancelled where she was like, so, and like, for the past 5 years, Tana's kept saying that like Pete Davidson is her celebrity crush, and she's very vocal about it. Like, the things I would let that man do to me, like that, like really
He's
like
a ride
fun
if
about.
I'm a ride he can
Could
survive.
survive exactly.
Root toot Rudy.
Root toot Rudy. So that, and then it eventually got like she said she talked to somebody who's like a mutual friend with Pete Davidson, and then she'd be like, "Yeah, Pete will sometimes like we'll have like a general conversation, like
Yeah.
he'll mention you, and like he calls you Tana."
Wait, are we not Pete Davidson? Glenn Powell.
No, that's a story with
Okay,
Brooke,
okay.
but it's Tana Mojo. So it's like whenever he talks about you, he says Tana Mogadoo, and he calls you Tana Mogadoo. This whole time she's just like, "Oh my god, I'm never speaking that man's name again in my life." So Brooke
What's so bad
Schofield.
about Mogadoo though?
I don't know, but it like
Also, your last name
hilarious.
is Mongauo.
I know, but Mogadoo, that's a very like if he said Manju or like Mongo, or what Mongo or what Mogadoo, Mogadoo. Isn't that hilarious?
But that's the thing. It's funny. You're
Yeah.
being like
I know, but
Tana pee pee poo poo.
she actually said she wants to because she wants to get into podcasting more. So she has her
Okay.
assistant Paige, and she's really funny. Is like, I want to like branch out and have like a studio type thing and like give other people. And she's like, I wanted to do a podcast with Paige too, a separate one. And like their humor is, she's explaining it being so like so nothing to a point where I want to name it like pee pee poo poo podcast. Like, it's just nothing. But anyway, so Brooke Schofield is my mother of the week. Here's why. Brooke Schofield, when they just started a podcast, she would like talk about her ex, and then eventually people figured out who she's talking about, and they started, and then it became public knowledge. And now when she says something about him, she just says Clinton Kane and like whatever, because people already know. The point is that this man, what he did was so crazy that I shit you not, if that happened to me, I would be a grandmother. I would be on my deathbed talking to my grandkids, be like, so when I was 20, I was dating this guy.
If that happened to me, I would branch out into acting and see visions of my past pure self in the mirror.
Yes. So what he did was he had one hit song. He was like a one hit song on TikTok, like it was that.
That's not even a one-hit one.
That's what I'm saying. But
Oh, by the way, do you know that guy who's like, ITBOYBBNY $signs? That's
yeah,
me.
that's
right.
me.
I
And
love that song.
yeah,
It's so it's so
this is
trash,
nothing.
but I love it.
Yeah. So she was listening to his music at some point. She posted, he reached out to her being like, want to go out? And then in the beginning, she was like, nah, I kind of ugly now. But then he was like, come to my show. And she was like, okay, I like your music. I'll come to your show. And then they started talking. And then he like took her out to dinner. And then he opened up to her about how rough his life was and how his mom had died and his brother died and his dad died all within like 2 years span. And like he was living in a car at some point and like all this shit. And he said that he's from Australia and like all this crap, right? Cut to, they're dating, they're constantly together, they're quarantining together, like it's like full on. Like he goes to the Zach Sang show. Zach Sang is a good friend of his, and that's another thing too. She was like, we had a lot of mutual people that we know, so it's like it's not just like I'm moving in with a random guy. Like I've had confirmations of people being like, oh, he's a great guy, like da da da. Goes to the Zach Sang show, does the interview. The comments under the Zach Sang show are, I grew up with him. He's not from Australia. I saw his mom in the store last week. All this crap. Fully lied. Cheated on her. All this crap. Told her that he's 25. He's 20 years old. She's 28. Like,
he's 20?
20.
He's younger than he is acting to be.
Yes. And the thing is, and then, so she's telling, but all of these stories, like, oh yeah, he lied about being from Australia and he lied about his mom being that. And it's all said in a very funny, like, tone. But then like last week, because he needs to promote his new music. He makes this TikTok and he's like, when you've been over a relationship for 2 years, but she won't stop yapping about it. She sees that, makes 13-part video on TikTok. First being like, okay, so first part of who the fuck did I marry? And then it goes like, so I met Clinton Kane, this and this and that. He told me this and this and that. Like, the most horrific
she
shit.
married him?
No, but
Okay.
there's that sound like, who the fuck did I marry? So,
Okay. No, because I was like, how did she not know his age when she married him? Like,
no, but she said the story of like when we were driving somewhere, I don't know, and he got stopped by the police and they asked for an ID and to like get, and he
Yeah.
gave the ID and the ID said like year of birth 1998 or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, wait, what's that? He's like, oh, it's my fake ID. And then she's like, why would somebody have a fake ID to be younger than they are? Like, you know? But she was like, oh, whatever. And then, oh, whatever. By the end of it,
How do you, oh, whatever that.
I know, but that's
You
the
know
thing.
what I would do? I would get out of the car and run home.
Run home.
I would get out of the car and a car would pass me by and it would be a reflection of my pure young self when I wanted to be a pop idol.
Yes. So, by the end of it, she's like, "Did you cheat on me?" He's like, "No." But then she's like, "I have proof," and he's like, "Yes." And then she's like, "Did you? Is your mom really dead?" He's like, "Yes." And then she's like, "I'm talking to your mom right now," and he's like, "Okay, she's not really dead." Fully never talked to his mom either. Like, she just made that up to be like,
I love that.
imagine if she was though.
I love her. I love her.
She's like, "I'm talking to your mom." He's like, "How? Get
Like,
help!"
I mean,
like,
I lied about some things, but
but get help, girl. But yeah, so it's just like a full crazy memento of that. And now she has like 40 billion views and she is popping off and she is doing it. And you know what? If I would have done the same. Because it's like, yeah, I've talked about you, but not as intensely as I could have, and you didn't appreciate that. And now I'm gonna,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, no, like it's very Gail from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. Like
How do you not have your tail between your legs?
like, just shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least be like, yeah, I fucked up. Say something to be like, hey,
Hey, yeah, I fucked up. Not being like
not double down.
when you're
Yeah.
over it, but she ain't.
Yeah, he turned off, and every like now I have like his videos pop up, and it's so funny because it's like the 4.5 million views, and there's 10 comments because he keeps deleting comments. So it's just like being like, "Oh my god, I love that new song of yours."
Yeah.
Just that. It's hilarious.
Okay.
So she's my mother of the week, and I love her to death, and I will ride at dawn.
You know
for
my
her.
mother of the week.
Who is your mother of the week?
A young man by the name of Haris.
Oh my god.
So yesterday, if you don't know, me and Selma live in Bosnia. But
Buttfuck
nowhere,
nowhere.
Nevada.
Yeah.
And we're at this like 24-hour open place where you usually buy
Store, yeah.
alcohol, but we buy everything there because she finishes with work at 10.
Yeah, and everything.
So we're talking and we're talking and we're talking and we're American. And there's this guy who keeps full body turning around to stare at us for
Yeah.
a second and then turns back around and turns around again. And goes, where are you guys from? We're like, we're from around here. And he
Here.
goes like, and then he's like, wow, I mean, we're from around here too, but we kind of live in Germany. So,
Yeah.
and then he had like a broken Bosnian accent when he speaks in Bosnian.
Yeah.
And he just,
No, but to me, it's always so embarrassing when that happens because we talk in English wherever we go,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's I can't talk to anyone in my native language because I can't comprehend human emotions. So I
Yeah.
like to pretend I'm this person. So it's
Your
like-
child is fine. Your child can say I love you in its native language.
exactly. So we always do that, and then we'll have like full blown Bosnians just come up to us, be like, "Where's from?" and having to be like, "Yeah, just from here."
No, that guy, I think he heard us say something because I saw him looking at us, so I switched to Bosnian real quick
Yeah,
to be like, "Hey, we're crazy.
yeah. Don't.
Don't, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not tourists."
Mhm.
And he was just intrigued by us.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. He wasn't like, "Are you guys tourists?"
Yeah.
He was just like, "What the fuck?"
What are you doing? And very slightly autistic.
Turns around and then continues the conversation, and then
Yeah.
turns around again, not being like, "I want to end this conversation."
That's the thing. He looks at you being like, "Oh, I want to," like his tone of voice gets so like, okay. And then, like, being like, I'm ending this conversation, being like, oh, I'm bored. And then he just turns around again, being like, so
How old are
how
you?
old are you? And like,
And then how old would you say I am? And then he's like this beautiful young man.
like 24?
Yeah, 24. And I'm being like, I don't want to offend you if you're 21,
Yeah, to be like,
but I don't want to. Under.
I never lie with those. You asked. It's an open book.
Okay.
You're 24 to me. You
Yeah.
look 24. You're 24. But then he goes, I'm 30. And then you, very subtly hinting that you're a homosexual, go.
I say, oh, I fucked men older than you.
The way he cackled, he went like,
Okay, so it's Friday night, the only store that's open in Bihać. So there's a big line.
mhm.
And I go like, I fucked men older than you. And he goes like, huh? Huh?
Huh?
Like, it was a moment of like,
Haha. And then
how
going like,
funny, and then
what?
it clicks,
Yeah.
and he bellows.
He like from
People
the
in Croatia
gut.
heard him laugh.
Yeah.
And we're close to the border, so
So probably.
I'm being realistic.
Yeah.
Here. That it's not being funny.
Yeah.
And he laughs out loud, and then he goes like, "Yeah." Then later goes like, "I moved for my girlfriend," and I goes like, you know how it is," and he
Yeah.
goes like, "Yeah, a woman."
It's always the girls, man. It's no, but that was him subtly telling you that he's straight.
It was a great like tennis play.
Yes, but for you there was no subtlety I mean, it was a thing of like you can make a joke like just, oh, I'm either hitting on you or I'm just making a joke, and it worked both ways.
It's a great pickup line.
It is,
because-
but it's so like I wouldn't randomly to a man say, oh, I fucked older men than you.
But it's,
You know what I mean?
But it's funny.
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's
But it's
funny.
so, like-
So you have this thing of like, oh, this person just joked to me.
Oh.
And if I tell that person, oh no.
No, you just have to close.
Oh,
it.
okay. So, and then I have to be like, by the way, I'm straight,
Yeah.
and you just have to see the reaction of the other person.
Yeah.
To be like, it's a
Cool.
respectable way of sussing out.
Yeah.
The sexuality of, because being like, haha, I'm gay.
No, that's the thing. To me too, it was either like, oh, you're gay or you're slightly autistic, because he really was,
No,
him.
Okay.
He was very like, and then the conversation felt flirty,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, are you just like slightly,
Yeah. Are you? Because I talk like that to everybody.
yeah,
As you might know, I'm slightly autistic. So no, and it was a very respectful like,
yeah,
hello, this is me and this is you,
Yeah.
and this is don't flirt with me, but
Yeah.
that was funny. And no, and he was just, and he was like, what's your name, by the way? And I go like, John, and he goes like, yeah, people call me Harris. And he goes like,
Harry.
but it's Haris,
Yeah.
because the Bosnian version of the name. And I just, there needs to be more people in the world like that. And if I lived alone, and if you, because I don't want to just invite people over to your house, but I would just be like, hey, this is not flirting at all. There's this movie called Perfect Blue,
and it's so perfect.
and it's so good. If you want to come on over, or if you want to go somewhere public where you can see that I will not do anything sexually inappropriate with you, I would like to hang out more
Yeah.
with you. And you're buying champita, so
And you're my kind of man, my
Yeah.
kind of hang up. My mom's calling me.
well, we're ending the episode anyway.
Yeah.
So, but we will answer after the call. But for now, let's see how much we talked. Is it an hour and 27 minutes?
We're always at that.
No, we're almost
Mark.
at an hour and 40, and I feel like we
Okay.
talked a lot about Perfect Blue.
Yeah,
'Cause there's
but I
a
feel
lot
like
to talk about.
we're at this like hour and a half
Yeah.
market usually.
No, but I think we didn't talk a lot about what happened this week, because there's not a lot.
Yeah, nothing really happens.
Anyways, bye.
Bye,
Stay
love you.
mother.
Stay mother.